I just want you to scream for me. Just scream. 1, 2, 3.
It's a breezy Sunday evening at the Sky Gallery's deck on Phoenix Avenue, St. Andrew. Maverick, the Maverick Webb, is hyping up the audience for his performance.
Give me that. No, man, get up.
Patrons are wearing black to match the dress code, Italian Mafia. The Maverick is on stage and he's invited me to sit beside him as he shares his poem.
Even though our leg was amputated, our steps were calculated, she still managed to loop laps around my mind. She won my heart and made me careless for the careless societal norms. When onlookers looked disgusted and irritated, I embraced her 1 foot and I held her in my arms. I said to
The Maverick is the CEO of Poetry Bloc, a self-declared reservoir of great thinkers with a desire to return what the Maverick calls worthy yet awe-inspiring content to the entertainment space by fusing poetry with other forms of art. Poetry Bloc started in 2012.
We had a collective of us that used to read a lot of Plato and Socrates. We were reading one day and we just start writing out of the blues, and I got up and I said, I'm a poem. You cannot grasp me from first glance. I'm not easy to perceive. My truth lies in the depths of my thoughts. My exterior is apart on a decoy alley and so forth and so on. And I didn't know what I was doing. Then Tommy Ricketts, I was told that he had a space where creatives could speak. So I went to that space and I felt welcome. So I wanted to create similar spaces where persons can share or express whatever it is they would like to express, and that is how Poetry Bloc and Food for Thought came about.
Poetry Bloc recently hosted its latest event, Food for Thought, Fashion and Poetry, in collaboration with House of Fennel and Fusion Models International, for which Maverick is also creative director.
Food for Thought is a melting pot of the art, different art forms. We started out with the base, which is poetry, and then we fuse it with fashion. We introduce art. We're looking to introduce a bit more of the creative dancing and many other indigenous Jamaican art forms.
He tempered my moods and controlled my thinking, my friendships, my decisions. I am awake now with the strength of my ancestors, led by my mother's grave, my path of pebbles now molten gold. I walk away from everything, my memories, my cell, my prison warden, my belongings.
Tigox is a poet, IT specialist, teacher, manager, and award-winning author. She performed Descend to Rise, the story of a loved one who escaped domestic abuse.
For over 20 years, she'll be living in a relationship that has been controlled totally by the male. And she just did what he wanted. She seemed to some people to be very strong, as it says here, strong, black, and confident, but that was her face. She wasn't as strong as she wanted to be because she was controlled by him. And she says, you know what? I can't do this anymore. Her children are 20. And so she felt maybe in the past, when they were 10 and 12, she had to stay there for them. But now they're 20 and independent, more independent. She feels, boy, I don't need to go. This is my time now.
What inspired this particular poem?
When she told me the story, because I know her, and so I know what she's been going through over the years. But when she told me the story of when she made the decision that she's going to leave, and how she very smoothly got out of it, unhurt, because that was a concern I had, that if he gets wind of it, he may hurt her, trying to control and keep her. And I said, I have to write this poem and make sure that the other people who are suffering out there know that they can step away.
Poetry has been a lifeline for Tigox. She wants to inspire others.
Poetry saved my life twice. I had no money, and I was able to use the poetry and cover all my bills. So I was able to type up my own little book and put it together, bind it and all of that, and go door to door and actually sell the book. The Lord, I think, is my shepherd. And so I would say, okay, today I need to get $3,000 to cover my light bill. And I go there with the number of books to cover $3,000. And I may have a vision to say, go to this workplace and that workplace. And I go there and I might get some no's, But inevitably, when I'm leaving that workplace, I buck up somebody I approach. I get it sold. So I end up coming back with $3,000. And that's how it went from day to day for a period of time until I got back into the work circuit.
Success is the path, my walk it's alone. The builder refuse, me not afraid to build the stone. Greatness call and my answer the phone. Him say, you soon get honey, so start prepare the comb. I have everything in my back.
So my name is Kalila Martin. I go by the name The Flying Model, as I'm a dub poet, a model, and a student pilot. Food for thought, I heard about this last year. I was actually on the lineup last year. Heard about it from the producer, Maverick, and he actually inspired me. So before I even began performing anywhere, I was like, Maverick, I feel like I want to just perform poetry, but I've never done so, and I know you are somebody who's right point and you perform. And he said, okay, close your eyes, and I did. And he said, say the poem, and I did. He's like, open your eyes and do the same thing, and I did. And doing that those 2 times, I was like, I can do this. And after that, I was able to go out and perform in front of other persons. So he gave me the opportunity to say, listen, you have a great talent, let others hear it. And that's how I came upon Food for Thought last year, and I'm back this year as well.
I make my mind soar, higher than a drone, soar higher than a drone. Guess what? I'ma save myself. Nobody not gonna save me. Sit down in a pity, that's a mental slavery. Self-doubt is the enemy to the bravery.
After a night of poems and songs, Food for Thought, Fashion and Poetry culminates with a fashion show showcasing pieces from upcoming Jamaican designer Aura Couture. At the end, 2 male models escort to the stage Aura Couture, spelled A-U-R-A, K-O-U-T-U-R-E. She's wearing dark shades, heels, and a long black dress with ruffles on the edges and a slit on the side, all the way up to the waist to accentuate her curves and tattoos.
Since this is the Italian mafia, my theme was Black Mafia, to showcase the different sides of the mafia and the different levels of the mafia, because you have the worker, you have the boss, you have the wife, you have the husband. So I try to showcase a little bit of everyone in it.
Aura Couture has been designing as a hobby since childhood, but she seriously pursued it a few years ago.
I started designing again for my birthday and special occasions, and one night in 2021, one of my cousins called me and told me that he's coming to pick me up to go to an event, and I told him no, I wasn't coming because I'm a fashion forward person and I like to step out when I go, and I told him I didn't get a chance to buy anything to wear and it was last minute, and he told me to check my closet as if no, my outfit of something can wear. So I checked and I decided to wear a dress that I designed for my birthday in 2018 to the event. As soon as I stepped out the car, everyone kept staring at me and asking me to design clothes for them. So from there, I was like, I have this talent and I'm just sitting on it. So I made it my mission to turn social media into my runway, and everywhere I go, I started designing clothes from there on.
Why are spaces like Food for Thought critical for Jamaican creatives?
It is critical because we need spaces to showcase our talent, because there are a lot of talented people in Jamaica. I see them on Instagram design other designers, whether it be clothing, jewelry, shoes, but there is no showcase there for them to showcase or the support to push them further, like to get out of Jamaica and become international.
Poetry Bloc CEO Maverick Webb hopes Food for Thought will help to develop and revitalize Jamaica's creative spaces.
I want Jamaica to not just be a mecca figuratively, but actually be the mecca of art, And I think Food for Thought, by creating spaces so Jamaicans can express themselves, will create a situation where Jamaica become a place where you say, hey, this is where you rediscover not just knowledge but yourself,
Queen Nefertiti from along the River Nile, in her bloodstream flows black splendor, but a certain element didn't want her to remember.
I am Camille Williams, taking you beyond the headlines.